Shalom, Yasharala. The Spirit got upon me to speak about, our leaders, the elders, the apostles, you know what I mean, of the great millstone, and been in the truth for like about maybe less than 2 years. Yeah, I want to say more than a year. Less than 2 years, going on two Passovers. You know what I mean? I'll be counting them like through the Passovers now. But I wanted to speak upon the elders, because there's some people in Israel, you know what I mean, in this walk of ours that they don't acknowledge the elders for whatever reasons, in their personal walk in the faith, and whether they fell out or whether they was ousted or whatnot, you know what I mean, which is a whole nother topic, you know what I mean. But first and foremost, we got to understand who is who in this truth, and who deserves what, and when you're new to the faith, you know what I mean. You get that zeal, and you go hard for the truth, but if you don't watch out, man, it's been said, a lot of people, their spirit, that dies out, that fire dies out, man. You know what I'm saying? So we don't want that to happen to ourselves, on a personal level. But more importantly, the topic is about the leadership in Israel. You know what I mean? And I got a couple scriptures right here, proving that the elders of the great millstone are the leaders of Israel. You know what I mean? And let the Spirit bear witness. All right. And like I said, I just want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawashi, bahasham, Yahawashi, the name of the Father, in the name of His Son, which the world calls God and Jesus Christ, but it's Yahawah and Yahawashi. All right, and double honors, all right, to the elder apostles of the great millstone, and I haven't said it in the videos, and I've just started making videos, but I'm gonna start saying that now, you know what I mean, because I become under the tutelage of them when I came into the truth through the Spirit, brothers back east, you know what I mean. I watched their videos, and they helped me a lot, and listening to the elders and that doctrine that the Lord laid down and gave, to them, you know what I mean, and open up their mind so they can teach, rest of Israel, the Spirit quickeneth, and I got a couple scriptures here, just based on, this topic about the elders of Israel. And first, like, it's 1 Corinthians 12:28. It says, "And the Most High has set some in the church, first apostles, secondarily prophets, thirdly teachers, after that miracles, then gifts of healings, helps, governments, diversities of tongues." All right, so the Most High set up, apostles, all right, and like I said, the elder apostles of Israel in this day and age, in the reincarnation, I don't know who they are exactly, but I would say that they are the great millstone, you know what I mean, the GMS. All right, and and the Most High set them first, and then prophets, and then teachers, and so on and so forth. So, first of all, they were ordained by the Most High. You know what I mean? No man ordained them. You know what I'm saying? To the Spirit and the power, they were sent, and they did what they had to do. But I looked up that word apostle. All right, bear with me for a second. It says apostles, and it's in the Greek, it's apostolos, and it says a delicate messenger, one sent forth with orders specifically applied to the 12 apostles of Yahawashi. In a broader sense, applied to other eminent Christian teachers. All right. So, like I said, we know that our spirit, we're in the reincarnation. We're coming back. The spirit. The body dies, but the spirit comes back. But the we could very much be under the tutelage of the 12 apostles, and through the Spirit, I believe it's so. I believe that to be the case. Okay, so it says, are all apostles? Are all prophets? Are all teachers? Are all workers of miracles? Is a question mark. Okay, so. You know what I mean? We're not on the same level as the apostles. I'm not on the level as an apostle, or, I take my humble position in the body, and I want to grow, thereof by the tutelage of them, because I know that they've helped me grow, spiritually. Okay. And you know, it says, are all workers of miracles. You know what I mean? So we don't all have the same function in the body. You know, that's Corinthians, the 12th chapter. You know, goes into that, to the body. You know, and you know, the eye can't say to the head, or you know, roughly paraphrasing that, you know, I don't need you. You know what I'm saying? We're all different parts of the body. You know, under this doctrine, okay, of the great millstone and the elders and that the Lord, you know, put on the earth and illuminated, you know, them, for them to teach everyone else. But also, you know, I also wanted to say, you know, you know, they were sent forth. You know, the Lord sent them forth, and you can bear. You know, that's a witness, because of, you know, they have many years and they haven't followed out the truth, like as far as other camps and other you know, and the other leaders of the other groups. You know what I mean? They've been doing it, you know, anywhere from 25 to 30 years strong. You know, the three main elders. You know, not only, you know, but the other elders on down. You know what I mean? They've been in the truth, you know, 10, 12, 15, 20, you know, and Elder Apostle Tahar been in the 30 years deep. So, you know, you got to really respect that. You got to really see that for what it really is, you know. And, you know, I cannot put myself on that level, you know what I mean? I have to just stay in the order and be humble. And when you hear something from them, hey, you know, if it's in a video or whatnot, you know, you got to really, you got to take that correction, you know what I mean? All right, so I'm going to continue. It says, have all the gifts of healing, do all speak with tongues, do all interpret. All right, because we don't all speak different languages, you know. Some brothers from the northern tribe, they speak a lot more languages, and or even, you know what I mean, you know, even you know, some other brothers, you know, or you know, they may not be from the northern tribes, you know, they speak Spanish or whatnot, but you know what I mean. We don't all have that gift of speaking with tongues, you know, or interpreting. But let me go to 31. It says, but covet earnestly the best gifts, and yet shew I unto you a more excellent way. So you're supposed to, you know, want to do, you know, go hard for this truth. You know, so I looked up that word covet. You know what I mean? So, you know, what are we supposed to be coveting? It says to burn with zeal. It says to be heated. Oh, salag. Let me go. It says a covet is zalu. To burn with zeal, to be heated, or to boil with envy, hatred, or anger. Or better yet, it says to burn with zeal, in a good sense, to be zealous in the pursuit of good, to desire earnestly, pursue, to desire one earnestly, to strive after, busy oneself about him. Okay, so basically that's what I wanted to say. It's to burn with zeal. You know what I mean? And you can look these scriptures up. You know what I mean? It's like I said. You know, 1 Corinthians, the 12th chapter, 28 through 31, you know what I mean? But, you know, we're supposed to covet, you know, those gifts and prophesy and to teach, you know what I mean? And to be zealous, you know what I mean? But we all have a different position in this truth, you know what I mean? And we're not all prophets, and we're not all elders. We're not, you know what I mean? Some of us, we have different positions, you know, and whatever it is, you know, it's manifested to us when we're out there teaching, we're out there showing people, and the Lord lets us know what part we spiritually, where we fit in the body, all right? So the next scripture I want to get is 1 Timothy 5 and 17 and 18, and a lot of brothers should know this, you know. And like I said, you know, like I just said, you know, I'm barely becoming into the truth, you know, not too long, you know, still quite young into the truth, and I'm not a member of the Great Millstone Camp, but you know, I follow them, you know, and then spiritually, you know, the doctrine is true, you know, to let the Spirit bear witness, you know, let Yahawashi and His Spirit bear witness with you, you know what I mean? If you follow them, you know, they push a hard line, but it's the truth, you know. It's something that people need to get with and understand, you know. It's not all going to be roses, man, you know. Especially we know this kingdom is about to go down, you know what I mean? But I'm going to get into this scripture. It's 1 Timothy 5 and 17. It says, let the elders that rule well be counted worthy of double honor, especially they who labor in the word and doctrine. All right, so that's why in the videos, if you watch a Great Millstone video, they'll be saying, you know, double honors to the elder apostles of GMS, you know, or the Great Millstone, which is all, it's, you know, and even that's scriptural, that's spiritual, you know what I mean? The Great Millstone. All right. So it says, for the scripture saith, thou shalt not muzzle the ox that treadeth out the corn, and the labor is worthy of his reward, man. So, the labor is worthy of his reward. I mean, the elder apostle been in the truth, like I said, for a very long time. So, I mean, if they're worthy of their reward to be called an elder and an apostle, because they've been in the truth so long and so deep. They're so deep in the knowledge, you know what I mean? And they've earned it, you know what I mean? So the labor is worthy of his reward, you know what I mean? Like I said, we all have a part in the body, let it be you're a hair follicle in the body, but everyone's a piece of the body, but they would be esteemed a little bit more higher, okay? You know what I mean? And and with that, I want to go into Hebrews 3, Hebrews 13 and 7. And it says, remember them which have the rule over you, who have spoken unto you the word of the Most High, whose faith follow, considering the end of their conversation. All right. So remember that. Remember that they've been in the truth and they've outshined and outschooled, you know what I mean, some of these other groups, you know what I mean, the Great Millstone, starting with Elder Tahar and Ryan Blob and Elder Apostle Gabar. Those the apostles, you know what I mean? Those three apostles, plus the elders on down, those who stayed in the truth and have not, fallen out. You know what I mean? It says they have rule over you. You know what I mean? And they're the ones who teach, and they're the ones who bring out the high holy days. They're the ones who bring out, a lot of the secrets. That Cornelius was an Israelite, you know what I'm saying, and a lot of different things that were meat that a lot of people couldn't understand, but if the Spirit is dealing with you, you'll understand it, because the Most High, he openeth up the understanding, and he'll shut it. So, you know what I mean? So he'll open it that no man can shut, and if he shuts it, no man's going to open that. So if you have that understanding, if the Lord Spirit's dealing with you, then, you're good, because, the Most High is not going to let you be confounded. The scripture said that in Matthew, the 24th chapter, it says the elect shall not be, roughly paraphrasing, the elect shall not be confounded. You know what I'm saying? And it says here, and I want to read the end of this scripture. It says, considering the end of their conversation. So if you consider what they're saying, and if you really get into how they're breaking things down, if you really understand what they're saying, you know what I mean? If you consider the end of their conversation, man, it's all game. It's all understanding. It's all knowledge for you. It's all the history they bring out, the Hebrew, the words they break down. I mean, man, they get into edification like no other, man. So, like I said, for those who are watching this video, you know what I mean, and I pray that people watch this video, you know what I'm saying, and listen to the end of the conversation and what they're saying, understand and perceive everything is being broken down. You know what I mean? There's a reason why they they have all that knowledge. It's not a coincidence. It has to be given to you. There's gifts that has to be given to from the Most High. You know what I mean? So, yeah, they've been put here, and they've been set up, to the power and spirit of Yahawashi to be the leaders of Israel. You know what I mean? Because, I look at it like, it's true that the other leaders, they all fell out the truth. They all, you know what I'm saying, they all quit, you know what I'm saying, so to speak, and they want to come back and do, but that's on them. I don't really know them. I don't know them personally to be speaking on them like that, but I will speak on what I do know and through the spirit that has been revealed, and it's evident that they're strong in the faith, and they push a hard line, and that's the way it is, and you got to deal with it, basically. You know what I'm saying? There's an order in this truth. You know what I mean? And in the scriptures, it talks about, even King David had elders in his house, and if you did something wrong, you would be brought up to the elders, and they would correct the situation, because they had time, and they've been studying the scriptures, and they've been studying, and so to be able to pacify any kind of problems, you know what I mean? And they were leaders like that, okay? But I'm gonna get another scripture in Hebrews, the 13th chapter, and I'm gonna get in, it's the 17th verse. It says, obey them that have the rule over you, all right? And submit yourselves, for they watch for your souls. All right? It says, as they that must give account, that they may do it with joy and not with grief, for that is unprofitable for you. Okay? So, once again, in that same scripture, it says, it says that obey them that have the rule over you, and it says, and submit yourselves, you know what I mean, because they watch over you. And when they do all these videos, I mean, they're consistent with the videos, you know what I'm saying. A lot of the great millstone, you know, elders and from the brothers on down, you know, they're consistent with the videos, breaking stuff down, going, you know what I mean, getting edifying the body, edifying the church, you know what I mean, which is Yasharala, which is the church, you know. You know what I'm saying, and they watch for your souls by admonishing you, by correcting you to certain videos, and you know, a certain video might be just for you. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And they're consistent with that. So the Spirit, you know, the Scripture says, you know, those that believe on me, out of the belly shall flow rivers of living water. You know, which is this knowledge. You know, this truth. You know what I'm saying? And they always got a video to come out. They always got some understanding to give out to those who are willing to receive it, you know, because it's really all about the elect, you know, and it's really all about those who can perceive the hard message and get it and walk that faith, you know, walk the true line, you know what I mean? But I got another scripture in the book of Sirach, 6 and 34. Yeah. Ecclesiasticus, Salak. I'm in the 34th chapter. I need Sirach 6 and 34. Sirach 6 and 34. It says, "Stand in the multitude of the elders and cleave unto him that is wise." You know, so, you know, spiritually, when you watch videos, you know what I mean. And the Elder Apostle Tahar brought this out the other day. He's like, you know, sometimes when you watch a video and you'll see something happen out here, you know, you kind of like were there. You're a witness, you know, because of the Urim and the Thummim, which is this internet that's helping this truth come out. You know what I mean? And I believe that. You know what I mean? That was a stumbling block from a lot of people too. You know, they want to call people YouTube prophets and pushing the word on YouTube, and what's that about? You know what I mean? And hey, man. Like I said, man, you know, and like it's been said, you know, it is an elect thing, you know, it is. But, you know, it says, "Stand in the multitude of the elders and cleave unto him that is wise." So, you know, we're not here. They cannot be here physically with one all the time. But, you know, if we stand in the multitude by watching the videos and cleaving to that doctrine, it's you know, that we can become wise, you know. "But be willing to hear every godly discourse, and let not the parables of understanding escape thee." All right, and so you're supposed to be willing to hear every godly discourse, and through the Spirit, you're supposed to try the Spirit and perceive, and that's what I'm getting at. You know, I perceive, and like Yahawashi, he put the Spirit, you know, around me and on me to bear witness that they're speaking the truth, you know, and I come to give that message too, and I attest to that too. I will attest, you know, I'm a witness unto that too. It says 36. No, I'm going to go back to 35. It says, "Be willing to hear every godly discourse, and let not the parables of understanding escape thee." You know, so, you know, the parables, when they break down the scriptures like that, I mean, they break scriptures down, you know, and you're supposed to be willing to hear that and get the parables, get the understanding, because it's not given to everybody. But when you're following the leaders like them, it'll be given to you because they're breaking it down. All right, 36. "And if thou seest a man of understanding, get thee beat times unto him, and let thy foot wear the steps of his door." You're supposed to get there beat times unto him. You're supposed to get there early. You're supposed to be always at his door. You're supposed to always be inquiring with that man, with that man of understanding. You're supposed to be, you know, and seek him and be always at his door. In other words, be asking him, you know, and letting, you know, and trying to hear more knowledge from him, because that's what the Lord, you know, that's what he's there for. That's what, you know, to edify the body. So I got another scripture in the book of Sirach, the 8th chapter, in the 9th verse. It says, "Miss not the discourse of the elders, for they also learned of their fathers, and of them that shall learn understanding, and to give answer as need requireth." So miss not the discourse of the elders, because they learned of their fathers, which was, you know, their elders, you know what I mean, and the seven, and, you know, they speak about the seven and those at One West and whatnot. You know what I mean? So, and you learn this when you get into the know, you know what I mean? That the elders, you know, they learn from their elders. So you got to learn from our elders, you know what I mean? Which are the elders of the great millstone, you know, I would say, yeah. All right. So it says, it says, and of them thou shalt learn understanding, and to give answer as need require it. So you'll learn certain things, you'll learn how to break certain things down, and they give it to you. So when you teach, or when you're out there trying to, inform the people about the chariots, the so-called UFOs, or the plague that the Lord's gonna, that the people will be consumed with, you know what I mean, and their eyeballs melting in their eyes, and the tongue melting in their mouth, you know what I mean. It's talking about that nuclear fire, that them ICBM missiles is gonna wipe this place out, you'll know these things, you know what I'm saying, because they break it down, you know what I mean, and you'll understand. You give an answer as need require it. All right. So yeah, I would like to say that that this there's not one time where I haven't seen a video, you know what I mean, that they have, you know, broken something down where they've been confounded. They always got an answer for Israel. You know what I mean? And it's funny because you'll see a video and certain dudes will come up to certain camps, and that dude, he'll become part of the camp. You know what I mean? Be like, hey man, I seen that dude. I don't know him, but I seen that dude. I've seen him when he first came up to the camp like that. Now he's teaching with a camp like that, and you'll be a witness to different people coming into the truth, and certain brother, you can tell the spirits on certain guys in the camps. I got one more scripture. It's 1 Corinthians 9 and 12.